was like, what do you mean? Don't worry. I was like, I got you. I spent like 3 days gathering any venue I could find that I would call. She was one of my partial planning brides. So this is kind of like where that like, it's kind of hard. If it was one of my day of coordinating brides, I would try to help as much as I could.
Right.
But I've kind of learned like that's planning and we are going to have to figure something out. But she was one of my partial planning brides. And like I said, even if she wasn't, we would have worked something out. I literally spent 3 days gathering. I called every wedding venue. I was like, what mileage from that venue, what hotel? Like she had everything booked, vendors,
like,
photographer, floors. How do you have to find somewhere that just has your date now? Because if you don't, now you have to see if your DJ is available, if your photographer's available, if your florist is available.
You're looking for specifically on that day because you have to change so much else.
Spent like a couple days. Now she had to go tour the places because you're not just going to pick one based off of because they have your availability. So thankfully she found one. And it was beautiful. She found a venue and it was all put past us. But it was a lot in that moment. So the fact that I was able to like, one, find her a new venue. Because with my line of work, like people think, oh, I don't need a planner. I was like, yeah, I'm planning with Padana and I am a wedding planner, but I'm a day of coordinator too. I feel like there's like I don't need a wedding planner. And I'm like, okay, you don't need a wedding planner, but I'm not planning your wedding for you. I think there's such that like the movie, like the wedding planner, like, I don't know.
I almost feels like it's like, you know, insurance in a way of that, like you don't plan to use it, but when you have it, you're like, what would I have done without this?
Yes,
you know?
Yeah. So I'm just like glad that she had me in that moment because I was kind of able to also like relieve that anxiety, right? Everyone is telling her, don't worry, don't worry. I'm like, truthfully, we might have to worry, but we're going to figure it out. And you're going to forget about it by the time it's your wedding day. Right. Like it is okay. I always tell my brides in the planning process, it is okay to feel what you feel. I'm not going to tell you not to feel what you're feeling because what you're feeling is valid. I'm going to validate how you're feeling and I'm going to be there to support you in any way I can. I'm not going to tell you like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm not going to lie to your face. I can't, right? You need to know that you can trust me on the day of your wedding. So I am going to give it to you point blank and be there for you and support you in the way that I know you need it.